Yeah. How we living though? Tell me how we living though. Chris Cash, yo, I'm all up in the studio. How we living though? How we live? Daily observations, baby. Daily observations 12/5/25. 12/5/25. Yeah. Daily observations 12/5/25. 12/5. Daily observations 12/5/25. Yeah, you know we always keep it live. Daily observations 12/5/25. Yeah, we always gon' keep it live. December 5th, 2025. Yeah, this the daily observation. This the daily observation. What's poppin'? It's a daily observations. We are here. It's Friday. I'm dropping a new banger right now. I got a new record out. I got a new record out called Peak Season. Peak Season is out, man. That record is super dope, right? Also, dropping a new podcast series. It's called a Cashavelli Experience. I take principles of Machiavelli, right? And then I wrap it up and just make it understandable in terms that we can understand, and just get the jewels and get the extracting the jewels from them. And we here, we live, we doing what we do. I think this has been about almost a full week of the daily observations in this way, form, and fashion, and I really like it. I really enjoy it. It really helps me do what I need to do, as far as, because the first thing I do is read and write and read, you know what I mean, and then speak. Oh my God, the trifecta, baby, the trifecta. The hand is healing up slowly but surely. It's getting there. It's getting much better. And another thing I wanted to say too was how my schedule is just like dope, because I get up, right, and then I just look at I got my schedule on my watch now. Boom, you just hit the schedule and it just tell me what to do. Like, it's like, okay, it's already scheduled, right? So I would have a little anxiety, like, oh man, I don't know what to do yet. Whenever everything is like guided out for you, but it's guided out for you in a that you created. You set the plan, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is everything that I set. I set the calendar. I looked it over and I was like, okay, I'm down to do all that. And then boom, you just set it, and then now you just follow the guide. You're just like, bow. Okay, I gotta do that. This is the time I gotta do that. Let me go ahead and do that. And I woke up earlier than usual too. I mean, usual in the span of whatever it was. And I understand that it takes time to get acclimated to a certain schedule, you know. And I understand why people who say that they get up early on the weekends too. It makes sense, because it's so hard. Like, it's pretty much the weekend now, right? And I just got my schedule kind of back to what I wanted to do. Imagine if I just stayed up all night and I just fucked up my schedule again, bro. I get it. They're like, nah, even on the weekend, because it's just easier. You know what I mean? It's just a lot easier. So back up on it. Vegas Live Media is moving. All the pieces are moving the way it needs to move. It's building. Last night I was watching the Joe Rogan interview with the CEO of NVIDIA. Super top mega company right now. NVIDIA made the chips that enables AI, and they were the ones that were making the chips for video games, right? For the video games graphics. And the way that he was telling his story, that company almost went out of business several times, rolling on fumes, like, just then. It's crazy. And he works hard to this day. He works hard every single day. Gets up at 4 every day. Just listening to, like, one thing that's really good about the world that we live in right now is we have wealth of knowledge, wealth of information, right? Wealth of knowledge, wealth of information. So if you're trying to do something like me, I'm trying to build companies, right? I'm trying to build companies, I'm trying to build systems. The information is out there, right? Is I could go and see how the CEO of NVIDIA, one of the mega companies, is, I can get into his world and see how it works, right? And it makes me feel more like, it gives me more clarity. You know what I'm saying? Clarity. You know what I'm saying? Clarity is important. Once you're kind of clear on what you need to do, everything kind of moves the way you want it to move, right? So I was listening to a story, and it's just a constant grind, right? Because he built this huge company, but there was so many times where it almost just didn't work out. But you know what? He did it. Like, he made it happen. And a lot of the times he was telling this story about some computing stuff of whatever computer shit. His company was doing everything wrong. Like, he did everything wrong, but he kept striving. Like, he was like, I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen. And then I remember I was seeing some kind of quote or something about a company, right? Like, a company doesn't, the company doesn't end when the CEO, when the owners run out of money. It ends when they run out of enthusiasm. You know what I mean? Like, the company stops when the people running it no longer want to do it anymore. It's not because they don't have money. It's because they don't want to do it anymore. And that made a lot of sense. You know, that made a lot of sense. You know, in my situation, in the different biographies that I read of everybody's situation, because so many times, a lot of people just don't, like, so many times it's always not having money, because the money is just kind of like a fuel, right? Or just, yeah, like fuel for the company to keep moving, because none of the people who are building these companies really do it for the money. You know what I mean? They're not really doing it for the money. It's just an aspect of it, you know, and it's just to fuel it. So, but once the person that's trying to build something doesn't have the love to build anymore, that's when the company really ends. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to ask yourself, what are you building, right? If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you're doing what, like, it's got to be more than just money. Because me, it's not even money, bro. It's like what I want to build, right? I have this vision that wants to be attained, you know, and a lot of the times that is what fuels things, you know. That is what drives things. It's the vision, is the idea of building something that is gonna be remarkable and great. You know, I got that vision. You know, that's why I be like, Las Vegas is for sale. You know what I mean? Like, and then I was thinking about real estate and like how to fuel real estate, right? Well, first it's Cashavelli, right? It's Cashavelli music. It's the music. It's the vibe of it, right? At the same, you know, and then. You know, and then I'm gonna break it down. Why not? I'm gonna just go ahead and break it down the way I want to break it down, right? So it's the love for the music and creating the art and the lifestyle and everything like that. But then I was thinking, I was pushing entrepreneurship, but I was pushing street entrepreneurship. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's only sustainable for so long, right? It was only sustainable for so long. So that's why I jumped into real estate, because I'm like, yo, that's the business. That's the business business, right? It's the highest form of sales, right? If you want to be a salesperson, you know what I'm saying? The highest form you could do, and it's the highest, it's one of the best investing formats, right? So that was the vehicle I jumped into and learned and understand it, right? The vision is creating the model, the system of how to live generational wealth, to be great, like being able to create a guide or a format to be able to help people. Because art, I feel, is the same way as creating products. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs create products and companies, and now for me to create this model and be able to really hit it in a way that just makes so much sense, it's gonna be amazing. And as I was saying that, I just had an idea that, like, it is the music, because of when I was doing this, like when I was saying that, I was thinking of Motown, right? Motown really just put a dent, you know what I mean, in the universe. And I was like, damn, I want to do that too. Like, I want to do that too, because I still love music. I love it. Speaking of that, I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing live streams every night. I'm playing music on Twitch. I'm getting back to my DJ roots, baby. I'm getting back to it, you know what I mean? So I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? I fall in love with the things that I love to do, and I still want to do them, and at the same time I explore new things, and that's just me, and that's just being real, and that's just, it makes sense. But at the same time, I'm still focused on the one thing is to create this media company, is to build, because the media, you could feed it anything. You could feed it to real estate, boom, bow, who's that? Real estate, boom, handling business, boom, bow, music, handling business, you know, and I love to do it. And that's what I do. That's why I still Cashavelli. That's why we still here, you know what I'm saying? I just bow. I'd be like, bow. You know, it's just the vibe, because I guess it's really all about the vibe and how we want to do things. How do you want to do things? I want to create greatness, the greatest. I want to be the greatest in the world. How you gonna be the greatest? Yeah. So after this, I gotta bust down. Oh, right now, the new podcast just dropped. It's about 9:05. The new podcast is dropped. Power of Perception, right? Power of Perception, episode 1. It's a banger, and I really like taking ideas and principles from books or just information and just breaking it down and just making it simpler and putting it out. One, for me to learn, for me to internalize the information a little better, and then also to help, you know what I'm saying? People can read it, and then now we can have, now when people meet me or whatever, we can have conversations on whatever. Be like, hey, yo, I just seen that thing, you know, I like how this, but what do you think about this? And, you know, it creates better conversations. You know, I don't like when I'm just talking about like nothing, bro. Like if a conversation, if I'm having a conversation with somebody and it really, like, what are we talking about? A whole bunch of bullshit. Like, I get turned off real quick. Like, my mind's just like, I can't take time. You know what I'm saying? I got so much to do that I can't take time for this. Like, once I classify it as bullshit, I'm out. If I'm not out physically, I'm out mentally. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just information, sharing the information, being able to build on the information, and creating new forms of the way the information can be perceived or seen as, you know, perspective of what it is. So speaking of, I'm reading this new real estate book. It's and it's really dope because it really puts everything really simply in the right form of how to be successful as a real estate agent. And I'm gonna, as soon as I get done reading it, I'm gonna put together a whole thing and share it and share it as well, because it took a lot of the ideas that I had of piecing together the business, right, and it just lays it out. I'm like, oh yeah, that's okay, I see what it is. It makes it simple, you know what I mean? Simpler, clearer, clarity. It's a guide of how to be a successful real estate agent in the business, you know, not just investing, as an agent, and it's really good. So after this, and then after I do the thing I got scheduled, the next thing I'm gonna work on is putting together a presentation, like just really dial in the presentation and process of the real estate business. That way, not only will I have my process of how I'm gonna do it, or refine the process, because I got a kind of an idea of the way I do it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm learning new things that refines the process of how to do it. I'm gonna put it in a format to where I can show everybody, like, look, this is the process. Enjoy the process. You know, it's the same thing that I've been doing. It's all about systems. It's a system. Wow. It's really, he didn't say that, he said system here and there, but what I'm gonna just internalize from it, I'm gonna flip this though. You know what I mean? I wanna get another vibe. You know, I wanna get another vibe in here. It's just a system. Like, I'm gonna systematize it and make it in a way, and I'll be like, Las Vegas is for sale. Checks in the mail. Like, let's go ahead and get it. We will prevail. You know, like, we're gonna make it happen. Cashavelli is the way. And then boom. That's what it is. That's why I started, you know what I'm saying, Vegas Life Media. It's just really taking the lifestyle, or taking the things that we are in, systematizing it, making it better, creating systems, creating a product. Creating a product or a service. See, that's why I like doing this, because then my brain be moving at the same time while I'm doing this, you know, and the battery's about to die, so I might have to end this when it ends. This is the daily observation, 12/5/25, you know, and I'm just gonna keep talking until the battery dies, and then we're just gonna move from there. But creating a product, right? Within all of this, right? Within everything that I'm doing. Basically, it's me. Vegas Live Media is taking ideas, systematizing it, and making it make sense, right? So if there was a product, if there was like a product to where it's like it's an app or it's a software or something, like, hey, what do you got going? Boom, you put whatever that is in, put it in there, and it maps everything out. And it gives you the roadmap of what it needs to be that you follow. And then it has a whole system. It's a whole system, right, of what needs to be done. I don't know. I looked at my watch, because I put my fucking calendar on my watch, or my schedule. So that's why I looked at it like that. But I'm still hashing it out. You know what's crazy too? It was crazy too, because when old boy, the CEO of Nvidia, who started Nvidia, he didn't know what he was doing either. He didn't know what he was doing either. He was like, all right, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna put it together. But he made it happen, you know. And a lot of the times, and he came here as an immigrant. He came here at 9. His parents sent him here. He went to one of the poorest schools, came up from nothing, bro, and built this huge company. Years and years of work, hard work, dedication. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is, right? At the end of the day, you only lose when you quit. So we gonna make it happen. And the information's out there. We can go ahead and get the information and make it happen and just go hard, bro. You gotta work hard. You gotta build. See the task, whatever task that you need to get done today, 3, maybe 1, 3, 5, get those things done. If you say like, this is the thing I need to do, get those things done. That's the most important thing. You know what I mean? I got all my content I gotta put together. I gotta get that done. This is done. You know what I mean? Streaming, I gotta get this done. Get it done, bro. Information is out there. Chris Cashavelli. It's still Cashavelli, baby. Vegas Live Media. Make sure you check it out. Cashavelli.com/music. VegasLiveMedia.com. LasVegasIsForSale.com. Chris Cash. We out here. We doing it. It's that Vegas life. You know what it is. Check out my new single, Up Before the City. Check out my new single, Peak Season. Oh, and I'm dropping new singles every week, baby. Yes. Building that catalog. And I'm producing the joints too. Everything. Everything. Building, baby. Real estate of the mind. What? Oh, that's the new one. That might be the new one. Real estate of the mind. Real estate of the mind. What? Come on, baby. That might be one of the new joints. Hey, yo, check, yo. Real estate of the mind, baby. But you know what it is, bro. Digital real estate. You know, it's love, everything. Peace, love, I'm out. Chris Cash, Daily Observation. This is Friday, 12/5/25. It's 9 something in the morning, early in the morning, right? Kind of early. It is what it is. I'm out. Peace. Gone.